Hey everyone, welcome to what may be the second last episode of Casual Station Review. After this episode, we only have two stations left to go, being Pact with its, well, Pact orientation, and Omega, which I am surprised I didn't talk about earlier because I like Omega quite a bit. Spoilers. Meta is today's station on the chopping block, however. Meta is another one of the trifecta of the boring three. Gimmickless stations that just do station design well enough without any unique gimmicks or interesting design choices. Not to say that it's entirely boring, because there is a fair bit here to talk about with both weirdness and badness. There's also a lot of good, though. I am a fan of certain parts and a massive not fan of other parts. Now, let's start for once with security. This is a very nice permabrig. I'm a massive fan of the huge shield up top for meteors because let's be real, no NG wants a fucking to come up here and be like, "Oh, we gotta fucking fix perma because the meteor hit it when perma's not even in use yet." No one likes that. So the map Decor put a massive shield so that NG shouldn't have to deal with this unless it gets struck from a very specific angle, like a meteor comes here or some shit. Anyway, the perma itself is wide. I'm not sure why these vents are out here, especially the plant vent that should go back here, but whatever. Something I am a fan of, though, is this little machine here. This is a biomass fabricator. Body has one too. Here you can put in spare plants, build monkey cubes, ingredients for cooking, stuff like that. It's a reliable way to produce flour and other materials besides just grinding stuff. Very nice, big fan. The cell designs themselves are alright. Something I am a big fan of, though, is this right here. This is a actually designed escape route that people can take, where the ideal route, I believe, assuming you don't have access, is to break out here, maybe during a power outage or something, and force your way into here. With the spacing rules, you might have enough force. But if you have an ally to break you out with a suit and a pickaxe or an ID, you're also pretty good. Armory, not space exposed. It's very covered from space by the security locker room, which itself is very nice in design. I am a big fan of how it has its equipment out and about. Bomb suit is contained right here because, again, bomb suits need to be readily accessible. If the bomb suit is in Armory or Haas's office or, God forbid, the firing range, which tangent, but this is a very good firing range. I'm a big fan of it. More stations need firing ranges. It's not hard to have security features, but back to the bomb suit. If the bomb suit's anywhere that isn't readily accessible and knowable, and there's even a second one here to double up on that, you failed at station design. Please don't do that. Going from here, we have a brig med, which is weirdly fancy. The wood design of it's a bit strange. Personally, I would have gone with where is surgery? More of a surgical design, or even more of a morgue design where it's all dirty, because it is a prison medical bit, but potato, it looks alright. Carpet in a medical room, though, bit of a weird choice. The break cells themselves are fine. I like how the prisoners have the ability to talk to each other with the windows. And Warden's office, I believe, is actually positioned the best out of any warden office I've seen. The warden can simultaneously keep an eye on the prisoners, man the front desk, and watch Armory from the comfort of their own office. Very well placed. This is, I believe, my favorite break room, actually. It both serves as a meeting place. We have the head of security standing here, all the, everyone else, security force being here. an interrogation room which actually features a camera feed and a viewing gallery from behind here. Very nice. I actually have memories of bombing my way into this detective's office like 100 times to piss off to piss off someone because I needed their lair. I was hoping they just forget it in the chaos. But anyway, one thing I will complain about though, these walls should be reinforced. The rest of security's walls, even into the fire range, are reinforced. Why not the detectives? It's a weird choice, and it makes the detectives room a little too easy to breach. A little too easy. I believe that is it for the areas. Pasta's office is very nice. I really like the decal usage. Like this station across like almost every department is very well decorated. I'll talk about it again in the decor area though. This security place, 5 out of 5, not even a question. This is exemplary. This has no flaws, and it's got enough good design to push it to a 5. Very nice. Left to cargo. This is an interesting placement for a front desk. I like the public use auto lathe, which I believe should be standard on most stations because, like, everything in the auto lathe isn't a damaging thing for people. Just let them have it. A cargo computer out front so that you can spam that annoying do 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 noise, or place in your own orders and actually use it for its intended purpose to not be an annoying fuck. But you won't do that because I won't do that. No one can resist the noise, the urge to be annoying. Anyway, mailroom is pointless. This station does not have a proper mail. Wait, hold on. Wait. That's not a mail system. That's nope. Okay, no. This station does not have a proper mail setup, and I just want to double check that by going to Fland, which I know has a proper mailing system. Yep. Okay. Cool. This station does not have a proper mailing system, and as such, I'm not sure the purpose of a mail room. This is Marathon. Where's Meta? There we are. The flaps here are interesting, and if mail was an actual mechanic, like it is on the other stations, like Delta and Frontier, or sectors, I guess. Frontier's definitely a whatever. It'd probably be a good enough mailroom, but as it stands, nope. Mats in the back. This is a massive, massive cargo bay for a station of this size. Me likey. Desk I already talked about. QM's office is spacious enough. Although personally, I would have liked this statue removed, this moved over, or maybe the statue moved or something, because this statue just feels a bit, I don't know, out of place here when we could easily have some better piece of decoration that better represents the quartermaster, because this is a science to like this is a robot. This is a science decoration. One thing I'm confused about. This airlock here provides nothing but a weird maintenance tunnel. And every time I view this station and I try to go through here, I wonder what the fuck is the point of this? Whatever. Salvage is still in that weird state of flux where people, or well, not people, I am very much not sure how to design a salvage bay. And it appears as though this designer has taken that extra safe and just kept it very compact. Magnet on the inside, airlocks here. Although there is plenty of room up here to build a proper net for the magnet, which is nice. And they have their own recycler now because that's now standard. This cargo. Hmm. Break room. It's a break room. Who cares? This is a 4 out of 5. Not because it's bad, but mostly just because I don't have anything to say about it. It's good. It has no flaws, but it doesn't have anything to make it pop. Yeah. No, like again, The boring three, mostly meta, especially meta, don't make that many interesting choices, but what they do have is very consistent map design. Let's move right to command. And for this episode, hop will count as command because it's here. And for this episode, for the first time, we're talking about the AI implementation. We're considering AI as part of command, and it's not a part of science because it's just command. Like, is anyone arguing that? Anyway, Hop's office comes with a proper beating area and a proper front desk. The one thing I'm a little confused about is the lack of a bed, but I don't suppose that's too much of an issue. We have a proper substation here set up, which actually has a command access door here, which prevents people from just wandering in and disabling the substation. There are several internalized substation designs, but I find this one very interesting because it's intentionally not reinforced. Like, okay, let's go back to I believe Marathon. Marathon's good enough. This is all reinforced right here. Reinforced, very hidden, very in the back. Whereas Box also has this. Box's sub is reinforced behind doors, and you need to breach in through either a door or reinforced wall. Which, let me tell you, the unreinforced walls are easier than a door if you just have welding torch and tools, because they don't require insoles, and anyone can do that if you use the blindfold trick. Anyway, this is an interesting choice to make Meta's bridge a little less secure. And I kind of like it because otherwise this bridge is very, very secure. Like, Space Front, Cap's room is easily breached by 1C4, but everyone will see you do it due to its proximity to a major hallway. So I don't suppose it's that much of a security issue. Anyways, the main bridge itself has space for every head. We have the chief engineer, I believe. I'm pretty sure this is CMO. The consoles aren't lit in this render, unfortunately, so I have no idea, but generally, who cares? The announcements console being its own internalized chamber with the TV screen is very nice, and I like it quite a bit. Like, for example, if there is a massive raid and zombies everywhere or something, you can lock yourself in here and perform like a TV show informing people of how to survive from within this while the zombies slowly break in. And yes, I'm internalizing this as something that happened to me because it did. And it was awesome. To talk about this last. Cap's office is non-problematic. Frontal meeting area, or I guess seating area. I don't know what the purpose of this is. Proper meeting area, ID and communications console, toilet, bathroom, sink, shower, rubber ducky, squeak squeak. Proper usage of the goddamn, what is this called? English. The display case for the laser, finally. Yeah, a lot of stations are beginning to use that, and it looks so nice, and I hope that trend continues. EVA suit here. Greenery inside the Cap's office. Who doesn't like greenery? Who doesn't like greenery? Pretty basic office. Not much to write home about. Vault. What the fuck? There's a station records console in here. Weird. Nuke has given its own like placement and all that. It's all right, I suppose. Diamond. Yeah, there's not much to write home about. It's space exposed. Display room here, which is very open for shenanigans. And who doesn't like a good shenanigan? A lot of the loot here is generic enough to not be an immediate break-in target, and yes, that is the keg, but is also got enough interesting stuff in here to make it worth a break-in or a tightening. It's a nice thing that also gives command access level members a quick way to jolt through from science med and anywhere else down here to get back to bridge a bit quicker, or for a quick escape from security from that guy who happened to pilfer Hop's ID. EVA is good enough. I'm not sure about there being a shutter here because that just invites crowbarring, but whatever. Now to talk about AI. So I'm going to give you my official AI, I guess, like bucket list. Part one, the AI upload should be readily accessible by command level members, RD and CAP especially. And this is correct. This is performed well here. We have an internal AI upload room, which with all the law sets contained within it. Very good. The core itself, edit that out, has an external like shield of glass, pathways, walls, stuff like that. And the core itself, I'm not too sure of its design. It doesn't have a proper upload room because it doesn't fucking need it. Although it does have enough Borg chargers and like machines, like the Borgs could easily set their own thing up here. Not sure about this. This feels weird. It feels like a human designed room. And if you know my videos, you know what I'm going to say about this comms. Now, this would be a 4 out of 5, but got one trick up its sleeve. This meeting area is so good. You could have like a public conference here, and these seats here are designed for it. This is a designed, thought out meeting room that actually has a seating area for people who want to watch a meeting between the heads of staff. Although, one thing I would suggest shutters. Put like a shutter button, maybe. Where the fuck would you fit it? I don't know, move this over, get rid of these amoguses. Put it here. That way, command can still have a private meeting if they want to. 5 out of 5, unquestioningly. Again, very textbook design from Meta here. Let's talk about service a little later. Medical. This is the first thing that I don't know how to feel about. First of all, this medical department is huge. It easily dwarfs both security and the bridge, which is fair. But the placement of different things in it, I'm not too sure of. Like, okay, first of all, there does not need to be a cryogenics area in like there in what's the word? Like there does not need to be a cryogenic area in medical for any reason. Cryogenics is a civilian thing up here. Stop putting this in bed. This was originally a cloning room. Keep it as that. Salve can still find cloning and set it up. Although I wish it was a little bit more doable, but whatever. I like how the CMO room is breachable from the maintenance tunnels. And when you make away, get you into it. Because the CMO's office, I believe, shouldn't be too secure. Like, it'll be very obvious when this gets magged, but it's not the most secure thing in the world, which I believe is how most stations should have it. Because the CMO's office doesn't feel like one that should be considered all too secure. Same with QM, RD, and CEs to an extent. There should be different levels of security assigned to different head offices. Like Haas's should be the most secure, along with Hop and Cap, but the rest of the heads, not so much. The triage room itself, ooh boy, this is a big one. Central greenery here, which is I am always a fan of. I like the greens. If you could figure out why, congratulations, you're a genius. Although I'm not too sure of the like placement of the tables around here, or no, I guess that's fine. Maybe I'm just looking for problems where there ain't one. There's a problem here. These should not be behind a stupid door because it makes it a fucking pain in the ass to get meds out. Why do map designers do this? I cannot fathom. Please stop doing this. It just serves to cause me physical pain. Chem is interesting. This is stupid. This top door should not exist. For references to stations that also share this problem, where is it? Not Bagel, I believe it was. Fuck, it was one of the boring three. Box, right. Boxes, like Box and Marathon or Meta, both share this issue with this frontal like desk, which is just a security hazard when you already have a public accessible chem desk over here. You do not need three chem desks. You have one for med, one for public. That's all you need. That's all you need. The chem area itself, though, is pretty good, I'd say. The central things, like all the stuff's well organized. The three unique machines, or four unique machines, Jesus, are over here, separated from the main chem area. It's pretty alright. Paramedic room. If you know what this is designed for, you've either played 13 or were back when vehicles were available. And, no, the shit code from the vehicles has not been solved. Although one day we'll get our paramedic dragging someone to med on their towed, medical bed on an ATV. It'll be heroic and epic, and we will all love it. And the paramedics will rejoice until they get mugged for it, because of course they will. Publicly accessible scanner is a weird choice, though. God, there's so much to talk about here. Break room, who cares? It's a break room. Back storage room is interesting. I like how there's a camera here, so that if you want to sabotage Med's cameras to make the AI pissy, they can piss off, which is very good. More stations should have this. And the centralized camera area does nothing but cause issues for the saboteurs. Please do not do that. Please do not do that. Anyway, surgery is massive, probably because this is a ported map. I do not believe this is a 14 original. I believe this is ported. I think from TG, although do not quote me on that. But the design feels very TG-ish to me from the other ported TG stations that I've seen. Either way, surgery hasn't been added yet, so who cares? Virology hasn't been added yet, but I have something to complain about. This just kills people. This is a round remover. Because instead of going zoop, zoop, zoop down to disposals, it goes zoop, zoop, and shoots you out into space infinitely. Why? Like, for reference, me and Sek chased a Cindy who was hiding here through disposals. The Cindy round removed themselves, and four Sekos did. And while it's very funny, that's not exactly good. Let's instead have this loop up, shooting into a back, catch here, where you could even have a grill here to prevent it from just flying out, or even a unique thing here. Just don't have the shoot into space. Very bad. Morgue's big enough for morgue purposes, and I think that's it for med, yeah. Medical gets a 4 out of 5. I forgot to check out cryo, but who cares? Medical gets a 4 out of 5 for being mostly non-problematic. It has very good spots, like this central triage room, the big hallway down to through here, which I actually like because it makes it very difficult for some dickhead to bomb med and then piss off. Back storage room, although the users here kind of piss me off. But there's enough good here to outweigh the terribleness of this and these storage lockers here. Let's go right to science. Okay, let's start with this robotics area, which is very nice, except for the fact that we have 2 of these, which we do not need. Please stop doing that. Pre-set up Ripley's, which I am a fan of, and I believe more maps should have, because setting up a Ripley or a Ripley is painful and slow. Set us up with the basic chassis, we're good to go. Much less steel cost too. As for science itself, besides the Borg area, it's pretty good. We have an internal artifact lab here with no spacing device, because the spacing device is down here. We have a central crafting area, which has space for plenty of machines to build stuff. And the desk is well placed and well suited, and I like the match with medical, because Lord knows that these two are going to be visiting each other a lot. Because the only consistent thing about Space Station is dead scientists. RD's office. Big, but I like it. Proper bedding area here. Proper meeting area. It's very, very nice. Very good. The other artifact area. I'm a fan of this like gas setup here and Psy having their own gas storage room, which I believe they should have in pretty much every station. The one thing I'm a little confused about is, okay, that's an evac pod, is the fact that they have a break room back here and a break room here. Bit of a weird choice. Something I am a fan of, though, the anomaly chamber being down this long, imposing hallway. Anom! Anom! Ooh, you come in here and... Okay, we need to talk about decal usage a bit. This is good. I like the 3x3 usage, even though this is a 2x3. Big and opposing, yada yada. Servers should be contained in their own thing, behind glass, because these are explosive. Again, okay, let's imagine a regulatory body for safety. They see an explosive exposed where someone could be walking in, they'll flip a gasket. Not good. Besides that, though, it's not bad. Yeah. Not bad at all. That's it for Psy. Yeah, like server, fucking whatever. Yeah, who cares? Uh, I legitimately have never noticed this thing's existence. Literally never. Have never noted about this room. It's funny. 4 to 5 Psy area. No major complaints. Nothing to stand it out though. Let's talk about NG last. Let's go to service. This is such a good service area. Like, first of all, oh, botany. Oh, girl, what have you done with your hair? Tree in the middle, fenced in. This feels less like a botany area and more like a druid's grove. It's so good. The freezer is freezer. It's a freezer. Yep, cool. Front kitchen area. I like how there's a like portion of the counter here that can be used to keep food away from people that are not done preparing yet. Multiple grills, microwaves, and this partition here, and a transfer thing here to the bar. While the back room is a bit small, and I feel like Bonnie can get shoved down just a smidge to make room for it, the bar itself is lavish. It's well decorated. It's got its own musician area over here, which connects to the entertainer's room, which the musician, the clown, and the mime all share, which is unique, and I'm actually a fan of that. This is suitable for both performances, talk shows, anything. Proper food court, very good bar, very, very well done. This court is a bit tiny, but it's a court and it's good. It has a direct connection to SEC with even a witness preparing area. This feels very built for MRP. Yeah, pretty good. Law office, it's a law office. I'll talk about this mess a little later in a moment. The library is very nice. I like its plus design here, I guess. Yeah, I like its plus design. I like these private reading areas, which can be repurposed for nefarious things, if you know what you're doing. Back D&D room, and a little office library. Or a little library, little librarian office. English is hard. Do not learn English. Don't do it. It's not good. Is that it for service? No. Chapel. Chapel feels a bit too out of the way, in my opinion. Like, the chaplain obviously shouldn't be like front and center, big, hoo ba ba ba, look at me, but you could have easily fit the chapel like here, anywhere up here, frankly. But you didn't. Then it's down here. It's not a bad chapel, but it's just way too shoved away. And while we're talking about service, let's talk about the weird choice that is this massive dorms area. We have a separate botany area for people to do plant growing and stuff. a boxing ring which sees a rare usage, a massive bathroom complex which is very strange. What looks like a lavish like dorm room thing, I suppose. A plus shape of weird discs here, massive seating areas for whatever you want, more rooms than you know what to do with. I'm assuming this is a hollow deck or something. Like, okay, like what the fuck are we doing here? Like, I'm a fan of big dorms. There's a point where you need to just give up and make it a maintenance area. Regardless, though, service gets a 4 out of 5. It's upped by the massive ups from the kitchen design and body design in this jar block here, dragged down by the just giganticness and unusability of this massive complex, which could be so much smaller, but it isn't for no reason. And I don't understand why. This is barely ever used, except for like nation state things, like founding the independent state of pseudo Nebraska or something. Which, if you are the person who founded pseudo Nebraska, you know who you are, Mr. Virologist. That's it for the rest of the departments. Great. Woo. Oh boy. I like being positive, but sometimes I just can't. This engineering bay has issues, lots of them. Let's start with the AME. This AME is way too out in the middle of nowhere. Most people do not know this exists because you come in here, you go over here, you set it up here. It's way too big for an AME. Like, even if you had a full size, like, 8-core AME and made it look like a fucking CPU core or some shit, be like because you're on like a weird station or admin spawns or whatever, it's way too big, way out of the way. No. Why is there even an engineering locker in here anyway? Here's my idea. Remove this little pseudo mains area, move this, shrink it, put it here, move this storage area here, and make it here, make it an L shape here, shove this station anchor to be an extension of the storage room, filling out this much more squarely, and boom, problem solved. Make this all spaced, done. That's what I would do. The rest of it though, Singularity Engine. Why is this space so easy to blow? And I'll say this again. Put a shield of reinforced walls or grills here, because a meteor will eventually go and hit the one specific spot it needs to cause a massive loose. One thing I am a massive fan of, though, this is almost immediately set up for both Tesla and Singularity usage with very little modification. It can be done with Singularity configuration pretty much immediately. Just got to drag the stuff out. And Tesla configuration is very much not that far away. And for ease of use, it even marks out where some appropriate spots for the coils would be. This would work and is very nice. Good job. CE's office and the tech vaults, who cares? Like, CE's office is a bit weird meeting room, and I feel like it could be a bit smaller, not have these cables here. I'd remix it to make it a little more homely because, while it may be the chief engineer's office, it's still an office and their bedroom. Like, make it a little bit better. The tech vault, who cares? It's tech vault. Matt's hall, who cares? It's Matt's vault. Actual fucking desk here, thank you, amazing. Ammo's desk here, which is good. Until we get to one big problem. Singularity, AME, Solars, TEG. Oh boy. Okay, let's say for a second that an Atmos Tech goes out of their way to set this up. Which they won't. Want to make that clear, they won't. That's not something that will happen, but let's just pretend for a moment that they do. It is space exposed. No one is going to set up a reliable TEG setup with a space exposed area that they have to manually construct. My suggestion, move TEG from here to here. This massive block of mains tunnels, which serves up the purpose only of being a really weird burn chamber, could easily fit a tiny TEG setup, which could function. And if you need proof that tiny TEG setups can function, look no further than little coggers here, which despite the size of it, this could easily work with much less than it's working with right now. Back to meta. So you might be thinking, okay, this isn't that bad of an engineering area. Gravity's even up here, which is a nice spot for it. Close to engineering, but not so close that it's impossible to sabotage. Now we just gotta talk about the comms area. Oh god. You were so fucking close. Like, okay. This is simultaneously an AI core and a command area only, or command only AI core, while also being an engineering area. Why? Gross. Get out of here. Not a fan. There's also camera routers here with the comms area. You want to break both the AI and comms? You strike here. This is the ideal nukies area. My suggestion, keep the satellite. Even keep the camera routers here if you want. Move comms somewhere else. Where would comms go? Fuck if I know. Look like there could be space here for comms, even though it's built Atmos. You could stick it even here. If you want to keep the AI association, you could stick it like here, yeah. Even make it not space exposed. Fucking cut down on this. Shove this over, stick it here. Anywhere. Just do it. Okay, now let's talk about design. This station lacks very many unique design features. Well, let's talk about the mains areas and space areas, I guess. Mains bar, which is very nice and actually rivals the normal bar. This station designer clearly knows how to make a very good bar. This weird thing here that I don't know what the fuck it does. I don't know what this is, but it's here, I guess. Uh, uh, disposals, solars, yep. Little shop area, which every station seems to contain. Tiny little, like, noir detective, pseudo detective, uh, things here. Already talked about this. Several maintenance areas here, including, like, a bootleg, Atmos maintenance area. And what the fuck are these pipes? What the shit? I just noticed these. What the hell? Anyway, bootleg medical area, little tiny atmospherics area, which is actually sealed behind a girder, which is a unique way to seal off your maintenance tunnels or rooms. And that's about it, I believe. For oh yeah, there's there besides like mains loot, maintenance rooms. There's really not much else to write home about. Yeah, no, that's there's this main storage room, which I've actually seen this converted into an art piece once, and like some dude just drew it like an entire face here, only for some dickhead janitor to come in and spray bottle it, ruining it entirely. Let's just say someone wasn't an antagonist, and someone might have round removed someone else when that happened. um, I've never seen that maintenance part. Like, that's the thing about these maintenance areas. Half of them you're never gonna see in like a normal like station thing because some of them are so weirdly positioned that it's impossible to just notice them and use them properly. The spider just came down over my screen. That was weird. Design though gets a solid 0. Not because it's bad, not because it's good, because it's just bland. It's got no problems, and it's got no uniques. And you know what? That's fine. If you want to be normal, if you want to be ununique, that is perfectly acceptable. I will not complain. Design, or not design, decor though. Whoo, this is a very well decorated station. I mean, we've already talked about this beautiful botany area. This command area is a bit bland, but this meeting area is not. Hop's office is very well decorated. The not this cargo area. Security, despite the minimalistic look, I very much like the use of this over here. This armory feels very good. Um, Anything else? Any other highlights? Couple like that's another thing. That's another thing. That's why I feel like this stupid dorms area is like barely designed to be a part of the station, or like barely cared for at all. It's not decorated well. Like besides this flower field, it's just bland. Like look at this and tell me this doesn't scream baby's first room. Like this is the kind of shit I'm gonna make when I eventually make Peach Burger Station. Like this is the kind of shit that I'll have to iterate and fix on later. It just doesn't feel like like compared to like the love that this bar was given, and like it's just not comparable. One thing I will note though, some hallways feel a bit too bland. Like this hallway is a bit too bland. Um, this strip right here is a bit too bland. And this bit right here feels a bit too bland. Although it's got enough good in it, enough love put into the decor to earn itself a solid +3. And with that, the conclusion. Again, we only have 3 stations left to go. We have Saltern, or not. Did I review Saltern? No, the Saltern's not rotated. We have Pact to review, Omega to review, and if I'm an idiot and forgot one that isn't rotated, you will know when it comes down to it. What the fuck? But, and for the 3rd station, it's a surprise. You're gonna have to find out what the 3rd station is. And I'll let you in a little secret. It's not rotated right now, and it's not an upcoming station. Like that Weird Islands thing that that one guy's making. But for now, the scores are on screen. You know where to comment. You know how to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, my fellow space compatriots.